Howdy har har har. Today's video is going to be about how to smash all of those insecurities because guys, I have too much to unpack. Healing is not a linear process, and I just want to say that these things are for people who are ready to literally be shaken. First of all, if someone hurt you or betrayed you or cheated or whatever, it's not about you, it's about them. If they're a crap person and you're a gem and they decided to throw a gem away, that's an issue they have. So I'm not trying to make us seem like these untouchable deities or whatever. Hell no. I am trying to say that we are precious. We are gems. We are very rare. We love, we care, we literally love to give. And if some people can't respect or reciprocate that, they obviously don't have what we have. Because think about it. If we were loving individuals and they were loving individuals, we would literally bounce off of each other. But if they cannot stand that love, they will definitely show you the opposite. We have instead been programmed to believe we were the issue all along, when sometimes it's not even about who's right, who's wrong. It's about understanding that this person is not my vibe. This person is not, for me. And one of these kind of quotes that really resonates with me is something I made up on the spot. I'm not saying I'm an establisher or whatever, but I've never heard of it. People can be good at heart, but they are not good for your heart. And that is exactly how I like to summarize this. You see, some people aren't bad by nature. They're actually quite nice, but they just treat us like garbage. So you might be thinking, where's the goodness there? But that's the thing. We can't make everyone our friends. So we just have to see our own example. Try to treat people with kindness, guys. Just try. I know it's hard sometimes. And with healing, it comes with lots of things. And another thing no one told me about healing, or rather something I've never been told about healing, is that you will hurt so much during the healing. Sometimes more than how much you did during the actual situation. Because what you're doing is revisiting those emotions and feeling it so hard that you're trying to get it out of your system. So imagine you are going through something, it's painful, you've gone through it, right? Then you're thinking about healing. You obviously think about those people, you think about everything, you overthink, and you therefore feel worse. But it's coming out of your system, but you've got to feel it in order to release it. So this is another thing that I've also noticed with healing, because a lot of people make it seem like, okay, I'm just going to forget about this. I'm just going to focus on me time, focus on... It doesn't work like that. And I know so many people say to work on yourself. That is fine, but people just need to understand it's okay to grieve. But it's not okay to stay in that state. And that's why I try to be as optimistic as I can. And this is actually genuine. I had to train myself to become like this. And some people call me delusional. I just want to see the light wherever I can, okay? I don't like to admit that, okay, there's just darkness everywhere. I want to see good things. I want to be grateful. I want to look for the light. I don't want to just think, okay, there's the darkness. Hell no. And if there are broken pieces, what can I make with those pieces? You know what I mean? And this does not mean that I'm always happy, yada, yada, yada. I'm not a strong believer of, I have anxiety, that's the end of life. No. I am someone who is a strong believer of I have anxiety, but I'm going to live with it. Because so many people live with this. There's no direct cure for it. Like some people very rarely, okay, cool, you can actually be fully rid of it. But a lot of us, we need to learn how to navigate our life with it. You know what I mean? Like all of these overthinking, we need to learn how to overthink for our benefit, not for, our harm. And I'm just going to say this, that life goes on. I know this is harsh to hear, especially while I'm telling you this, but I'm holding your hand and saying life goes on. This person is not the only fish in the sea. The pain that you feel, yes, you do need to heal from it naturally, but it's not going to define everything. It's your make or break. If you always stay in this bubble, how much more can you possibly achieve in your life? You know what I mean? How are you supposed to see value in something if you don't leave it? How are you possibly ever supposed to see the light if you're always closing yourself in that cave that you once thought was happiness when it was just disguised to hurt you? You understand me? And this is why it's so hard to be told these things, and it's so important to understand them. Because when people hurt us, it feels personal. We can really feel like maybe there's something wrong with us. And the worst part is when they are really close to us, it hits even harder. So you have to understand you define you. This person cannot define you because they are not you. You don't necessarily have to make them a villain in your book, but don't make them a freaking ally, okay? Stop making excuses and saying, oh, this person only did it when they're mad. What do you do when you're mad? And before you say, I'm a different person, true. But who in the right state of mind just wants to betray someone because they're mad? I've been mad multiple times. Why don't I go stupid mode? I just try to avoid people altogether when I'm mad, or I just try to make a little vent post, but nothing that's destructive. I just try to look for the positivity. I really want to see myself more as an optimistic person, and I want to really show you guys how to genuinely be optimistic. Not just, oh, my life is just on fire, and I'm just gonna try to make myself invincible. It doesn't work like that. You gotta burn sometimes, and if the fire is that deep, you will burn, but you have to learn how to withstand it even better. But if you are smart enough beforehand, you can obviously avoid and dodge the fire and not get hurt. But life is all about getting hurt and learning from it. Because we can't learn from something if we've never been through it. Yada, yada, yada. You know fully what I'm talking about. So I just wanted to make this video because I felt hurt. And you guys saw this community post of mine. If you haven't, it's there somewhere. But thank you for those who supported me. I just thought about reminding you guys about your value because it's that big of a deal. Get yourself up. These people are not worth your attention. The real people will find you. You have to let go of those shackles and let yourself be free, venture around, and those people will be attracted to you. If you are a genuinely good person, those people will find you and you will bounce off of them and you'll forget that you were with really crappy people. So do yourself a favor and leave that relationship that does not serve you. And if you're thinking about something external, like if you're with them for financial reasons or whatever, still pray, still try to do as much as you can to help yourself be independent and do whatever you need to do. We have one life, a short life, and we have to think about this. I get disgusted when I just think about the negative when there's so much to be grateful for. Honestly, I just remind myself whenever I can. And another thing I want to tell you guys is that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to feel vulnerable, but be vulnerable with the right people. Not everyone is going to support you, but the real loyalty lies in you. I also like to ask myself a question whenever I feel like I'm about to be with the wrong person. And that's this. How much further am I going to increase the debt I owe myself to healing from this person/people? And when you realize this, you know that they're doing you more harm than good. So why would you want to lengthen that?